When I'm cranking out the code in MakeCode for Minecraft, I frequently need to remember where the player was when the program started. I call this position origin, and because I need the value of origin so often in various programs, I've made it into a function so that I can easily copy it from place to place. Let's just see origin in operation. Better start it first. Okay, there goes origin. Okay, there's a gold block. That gold block is underneath origin. Origin is where the player would be standing if the player were on the ground. Now, if the player, like now, is flying, is not on the ground, or might be standing on a structure, then origin is under the player, that is, has the same X and Z, but origin is where the player's feet would be if the player were standing on the ground. Well, let's just, yep, there it is, origin. Now, origin is level with the grass. Now, why not put the marker for origin where origin is exactly? Well, so then it would stick up above the ground and people would be tripping over it, and I would find it a problem in building various structures and so on and so on. So I put origin under, I put the gold block under where origin is. Now let's take a look at the code. So here I built origin, set origin as a function. And what it does is it first tests to see if origin has already been set. Now, it may be that some other part of the program called the function origin before whoever called it this time called it. Therefore, origin would already be set. You wouldn't want to set it again because the player might have moved. You want to set it one time. Drive a stake in the ground and remember that and never set it again. So it simply tests to see if it has been set. And what is this? If origin is equal to null, what is null? Why don't we just say if origin is equal to 0? Well, origin is not a number. It is a position variable. A position variable consists of 3 numbers. The value for X, Y, and Z coordinates. So we can't test to see if it's 0. We test to see if it has ever been set. If it's totally empty, that is, it's never been set, it is null. I have not found the null value in MakeCode blocks. So you have to go into JavaScript just to set that to null. And then you come right back. Don't be scared. It'll be easy to find where this if statement is. You don't have to really know JavaScript. Now, if origin is null, then you set it. So I do that in this way. I first set origin X to player world position X, origin Z to player world position Z, and then I set origin to world. Notice that's world coordinates, origin X, origin Z, and 4. 4. Well, in a flat world, 4 is where the player's feet is. That is one block above the grass. Now, yes, I could have, instead of using these 2 blocks, I could have calculated this all in one big, long block, which have stretched way over here somewhere. Well, that's not very readable because I usually have to scroll left to right to read it. And I like for my programs to read vertically so that I can understand them quickly without scrolling left to right. Okay. Then the onChat command that calls set origin, what does it do? Well, first it just says I'm running, and then it calls the function set origin. Then it says the actual value of origin. I like to be able to look at that just to double check. And then it actually places a yellow block, not at origin, but origin plus world. Why do I put world there? Well, because you want these to just be numbers that are individually added to each of origin's coordinates. So 0 is added to x, -1 to y, and 0 to z. Therefore, the yellow block is placed one block under origin. And that's what we see on the right. Now, what is this, the on start? Well, origin is used here in the function. It's also used here in the run. And it might be used even in other parts of the program that may want to be sure set origin has been set, blah, 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 blah. I'll show you that later in another video. So the point here is that the variable origin may be used in more than one gadget, that is a function or an on-chat. And we want it to be the same value. We don't want a new value for origin, our new variable. So we make origin a global variable. Well, by putting it in on start, we know it's a global variable. Sometimes if you don't put it there, it still is a global variable. Don't totally understand that. Haven't totally researched that yet. Okay, so on start, declare the let statement in JavaScript declares the variable, and then its value is set. Now, that's kind of funny. Didn't we set it to null there? Well, let's go over to the, I'm sorry. Let's look at this. Notice when I actually code the on start, this is what I put. Set origin to null. Okay, that should do it. But mysteriously, eventually, MakeCode changes it to this. Don't know why, because it is truly the same. Okay, we'll just get out of that. Okay. Now, let's watch this run. Let's stop it. And let's that, and we're going to run this in slow-mo. Okay, I'm going to get us a place we haven't been. And we're going to start it in slow-mo. Now, when I started it, notice it actually executed the statements in the on start. And that's exactly what it's supposed to do. When we click the start button, or the slow-mo button, which also starts the program, it executes the statements in the on start. Now, let's run. Let's do the chat command. See, we didn't have to do the run before it executed on start. Okay, run. Now, are you watching the slow-mo? Yep, see it setting origin? Cool. Okay, there it is, yay. Okay, let's fly up here, and let's just do that again. Now watch the slow-mo. Look, it didn't do origin again. It didn't set origin again. You want to see that again? See, didn't do it. And look at this. It did not place the gold brick. It didn't set origin again. Or did it? Well, I believe that it actually did set it, but origin had never been changed. Okay, let's go through that again. Okay, so now we're going to stop this. And we're going to restart it and watch it will set origin to null this time. There, it did it. Now let's go over here and let's run it. Watch the slow-mo. Sure enough, it set origin, and then it placed the gold brick block. Okay, so there it is. Now, let's just run it again. Watch the slow-mo. See, it did do the gold block again, but it did it exactly the same place. Now you can see that here. Notice that origin, when it prints out these last 2 times, it is exactly the same. And even if we moved somewhere, like there, and we ran it again, see, it didn't change origin, and origin printed out to be exactly the same place again. And if we look down, see, we didn't change origin. Or maybe that wasn't clear, so maybe I need to move out a little bit further. Okay, and we'll run it one more time. Watch the slow-mo. Yep. Okay, see, origin didn't change if you look over here to the coordinates. And there is no gold block because it placed the gold block again exactly where we were. Now, maybe there's even a better way of showing this. I'm gonna get rid of that gold block, and then I'm gonna run it again. Cool. Okay, so now you see how this wonderful little program works. And I use this program several times a day. I hope you enjoy it.